There's some folks in here real quick. Woo. Why? No, you ain't.
No, I don't think you want to. I'm a liability.
No, you're not.
You don't want to be connected to me. I'm serious, man. Word. Yeah.
So you?
I tell all my friends. Because I don't want nobody getting pulled up in court being connected to me.
Nah, you good.
Because I'm ready to ride.
You good.
So let me just sit across.
Yeah, just sit across. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it? Y'all seen how he felt on Twitter? Y'all seen how he, expresses himself verbally? So without further ado, y'all know I'm your host, DanaJay. And I want to say what's up, everybody. And who I have with me is Mike from Melrose. From Melrose Radio.
Peace, family.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all gonna hear my voice, but y'all gonna see him, and we're gonna get this interview underway. Hold on.
We live?
Yeah, we live.
Peace, family. Thanks to Dana for letting me on the platform. I'm ready to talk. Let's go.
All right. So Melrose Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm from New York City. I'm a black man, and what brought me down here to not just the trial, but what got me interested in the whole trial was the fact that it wasn't. I found out it wasn't being broadcasted live on television.
Mm-hmm.
One of the earliest trials I could remember being broadcasted live was the O.J. Simpson trial. And then we fast forward, we're here in Brooklyn, New York. This is the same federal courthouse that El Chapo was in.
Okay.
And this nigga done escaped all types of prisons and everything. And if they can broadcast his trial of all people, but then not broadcast R. Kelly's, that drew some concern with me. And I said, hey, I'm here in New York. Let me take myself down here myself and see what the real deal is.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Can I get some mozzarella sticks and buffalo wings? Sure.
Mozzarella sticks.
No, can I get a fried chicken? Give me the fried chicken.
So mozzarella sticks. And you want
mozzarella sticks and fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Yeah.
Give me a moment, all right?
So the fried chicken, you want a cream fries? Or you want the fried chicken, you want a dinner, or you want a fried chicken and waffle?
Nah, fried chicken and waffle.
I'm sorry, do you have falafels?
No.
Okay. All right, so give me a moment, all right?
Okay. So the fried chicken and waffle take a little bit of time because you're going to make it fresh.
I know, just give me fried chicken and french fries then. Give me
fried chicken, you're going to take it time. That's
okay.
What I say.
Okay. Give me fried chicken and french fries.
Okay.
All right.
Just to let you know because sometimes the people say, well,
okay. That's cool.
Okay.
All right. So while we here, sorry about that.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I noticed that they weren't broadcasting the trial live because I would have just watched it at home.
Right.
So I said, hey, something's up, something ain't right. Let me bring myself down here to see what's going on. And also, growing up in Black America throughout the 90s, early 2000s, and even as of recently, a few years ago, R. Kelly, that's one of our brothers. That's one of our Black American musicians. That's one of our greats.
Right.
And to hear all of these accusations throughout the years, without proper context to hearing all these accusations, the average person, especially the average Negro, would just go ahead and just believe whatever they hear coming from the mainstream media.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's let it be known, since we're here, you're not pro R. Kelly and you're not against R. Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I am a fan of R. Kelly. The music he's made, the music he's produced, the music he's written for others. I'm a fan of all of that. But I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't no groupie-ass nigga. I'm a supporter of him. Let me go support. you know, a superstar. Nah, fuck all that. I'm a supporter of justice more than anything.
Right.
And of course I'm gonna support my people, my brothers, you know, and my sisters. So more so than just being a fan of somebody's music, I'm not here to support R. Kelly. I'm here to support Robert Kelly.
Right.
And I'm here to support, you know, the Black American family, past, present, and future, who've been lynched
Right.
for accusations just like this.
Right.
So yeah, once again, I'm not just blindly supporting R. Kelly.
Right.
I'm supporting justice.
Right, and seeing, like I tell the following base that I have, R. Kelly is a brand.
Yeah.
So R. Kelly a brand don't matter. Robert Kelly matters.
Yeah. Right
You know
now,
what I'm saying?
it's the Rob matters.
Right. So as far as let me ask you this. Recently, one of the up and coming big platforms in malicious conspiracy reposted a couple things that you had said.
Okay.
How did it make you feel knowing that, and somebody that you never met, that none of us never met, and shout out to malicious conspiracy, is watching you and took what you said because they realized that you caught the big lie?
Well, when you say the big lie, are you referring to the whole escape thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Talk about it.
Well, we talked behind the scenes earlier, and like
Right.
I told you, I'm fairly new to Twitter.
Right.
So I really still don't even know how everything works on Twitter. I'm familiar with it. I've just never been nice with it like that. So I'm still fairly new. I still have under 50 followers. So once again, if you're following now, you can go follow me at Melrose Radio. And basically what my platform is about is promoting propaganda.
Right.
But it's pro-black propaganda that's
Right.
empowering to us, because all news is propaganda. So once again, I'm still fairly new to Twitter, and I promote what I promote, I talk about what I talk about. But then once I gained interest and started coming down to the R. Kelly trial, I began to tweet about R. Kelly, specifically using the hashtag R. Kelly trial.
Okay.
And last week during the government's questioning of one of their witnesses, let me see, do you remember who the witness was?
I don't.
I do believe it was his former assistant. I forgot her name.
Okay, Diane Copeland.
There we go,
Okay.
Diane Copeland. Thank you. So the last week on Friday, during the government's questioning of Diane Copeland, one of his former assistants, one moment, Tire Co. just started following me. So
Okay.
if you're in the chat room or whatever, peace to Tire Co for following me. So yeah, the government, they were interviewing Diane Copeland. And they just within getting her testimony, I noticed she used the word that, pardon me, during Diane Copeland's testimony to the government, she testified that R. Kelly reprimanded her for allowing one of his girlfriends or living girlfriends to escape. And when I was sitting in on the courtroom and I heard the witness use the word escape, I tweeted later, I said, hey, well, the reason why I tweeted this is because all of the mainstream media publications, they used that headline. They said, R. Kelly's former assistant testified to the government that she was reprimanded for allowing one of his girlfriends to escape. And I called all the mainstream media publications out for that because I said, hey, he didn't get mad at his assistant for allowing the girl to escape, because to escape was mean that they were held against their own will.
Right.
These women were allowed to leave. Didn't anyone escape? So I tweeted that, and malicious conspiracy, they went ahead, and I believe I used the hashtag R. Kelly trial. They went ahead, saw it, they retweeted it, and that was one of the many tweets that have been picking up a lot of speed from a lot of people in regards to bringing attention to my platform.
Shout out to malicious conspiracy.
Yeah, so once again, malicious conspiracy, whoever him, her, them, or they are, you know, they're supporting the grassroots effort and advocating for their release.
Right.
Shit, we good?
Yeah, we good.
All right, pardon me. In advocating for the release of our brother, you know, let's try to get some reinforcement there. So yeah, you know, it's a good thing that my voice was able to be amplified from, you know, another grassroots platform, and you know, to help spread the word, because once again, to only hear what you hear in the mainstream media, you would think that this man is a monster. But what's happening is, and I hope I'm not jumping ahead of your next question.
Nah, go ahead.
But what's happening here is we're only getting the perspective from the government. So when you see and hear accounts from what happened in court, you're not hearing the cross-examination point of view. You're only hearing the government's point of view. And let's keep in mind, the government coached their witnesses. The government
and we've seen that again today.
Yeah, we've been seeing it. Well, I've been seeing it every day since I've been here. That the government, you know, they coach their witnesses on what to say. They're leading their witnesses, you know, to use words like escaped or what's another word they brought up? Escaped or demanded, or just, you know, strong words like that.
Or beating. Stuff like that.
Yeah, beating and exaggerating, you know, the experiences and accounts of what may have or hadn't happened.
So as we here embarking on this trial, what do you see future wise, like after this trial is over? Let's just say, and let's take it from both sides.
Model Sicily, peace. Okay.
Let's just say that he's found guilty.
Yeah.
What do you see happening after the trial?
Well,
and it's a two-part question.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the if he's found guilty part.
Okay.
Well, I'll tie them both in together.
Okay.
I either see him being found not guilty, you know, once the closing arguments have been said and everything. I see the jury looking at the facts of the trial, along with, you know, everything that's happened to a lot of these witnesses during cross-examination.
Okay.
And I look at the jury coming to the not guilty verdict. Now, if that doesn't happen, and for whatever reason the jury finds him guilty, yes, R. Kelly will have to sit down a little longer, but eventually I see this being overturned and him being freed. And I'm not really just, you know, saying that out of nowhere. Look what happened with Bill Cosby.
Right, but I can't see them getting a conviction off of this.
Yeah, well, see, once again, I'm trying to speak from the two-point perspective, like you said. Like, you know, sitting in on the testimony and hearing the testimony, yeah, there's no way, you know, he's guilty of anything he's being charged of. Nobody was held against their will. There's no dead bodies. There is a case that they do have. They do have a strong case that could be argued to where one of the accusers may have been underage at the time of meeting Kelly. Oh no, thank you. May have of meeting Kelly. There may have been a sexual relationship, sexual contact to a degree. Maybe when she was 17, but that wasn't at his own discretion. Right. He didn't go seek a 17-year-old. He didn't tell anyone to go recruit a 17-year-old or any minors for that matter. Mm-hmm. And they won't. I don't see a jury convicting him of that because convicting him of that because from what I heard, I wasn't there for that part of the testimony, but it was the girl's parents who, you know, manipulated the situation and coerced their daughter into going to do that. Yet the daughter's
and that's Azriel.
Okay, yeah, Azriel. I've heard that name before.
That's the one, Jane. That's the one you're talking about now.
They've been referring to her as Jane in the during the trial. So yeah, you know, even if he is found guilty, I do see there being a overturning in that conviction later on down the line. Like I said, once again, you know, I equate that to Bill Cosby and what happened. The prosecution is desperate, not in just this trial. They really want to make black men the face of pedophilia and sexual assault. The same way they try to make black men the face of COVID.
Right.
Same way they try to make black men the face of AIDS with Magic back in the day. Magic might die from COVID before he dies from so-called AIDS, if we're gonna go there.
Right.
Yeah, you know, so my overall hope is that he gets found not guilty. Just during the verdict is right. The verdict is not guilty. But if it gets to the point where he does get a guilty verdict, I see it being overturned. You know, through some sort of misconduct or whatever. Because this is bullshit. Desperation.
So, what you think about Suzette Mayweather today? Because I'm gonna hold mine into the end.
Yeah,
but
the Suzette Mayweather lady, and is she of relation to Floyd?
Yeah.
Okay, well, from what I could tell, she met R. Kelly somewhere in her 20s, and she may have been a groupie early on in her 20s, because what will later come out in the transcript is that I guess the initial night she met him, or in one of the initial times she met him, it was at a concert backstage, and there were a lot of women backstage, and maybe he chose up on those other women, maybe he chose up on her friends, and she missed out, but she hung around for years, and she only worked for him. She knew him for over a decade, correct? Please, if I say anything wrong, you have the information on, correct?
I got you. I'm gonna correct you.
So from the Suzette Mayweather lady, from what I understand, she knew him for over 20 years before she ever worked for him. When she did work for him, it was only for a span about 6 months.
A year.
Oh, okay, pardon me, a year. And in that time, she may have had some sort of contempt or jealousy or disdain for his living girlfriends or girlfriends that she was hired there to assist. Specifically Azriel, who they're referring to as Jane. So there may have been some sort of jealousy in her in her story, and even reasons for testifying, because once again, one thing that we whispered about, we weren't really allowed to talk in the courtroom, but what's noticed is that a lot of these witnesses against R. Kelly, there aren't any warrants for their phone records, for their text messages. These people are willingly assisting the government with access to their phone records and text messages from years ago. And Lizette, is that her name?
Suzette.
Pardon me. Suzette Mayweather, for her to willingly give the government access to her text messages from damn near a decade ago.
That's crazy.
Off of open-ended, vague text messages. It's not like she's like, oh Lord Jesus, he's in here beating these women. No. The text messages, I swear to God, it's gonna come out. It's like, we just got in the car service. We just arrived to the Gucci store or Gap. Oh, she just got her nails done. We're getting back in the car service. We're back in the hotel. And then what the government is doing from those text messages,
they're manipulating.
Yeah, they're manipulating it to make it seem like, I don't know. It's basically, I'm white and I say so.
Right.
And I never try to make too much sense of I'm white and I say so, because it's going to drive you crazy trying to make sense of I'm white and I say so. But what I will say again, once Suzette was cross-examined, I'm sorry, Lizette?
Suzette.
I get confused. The Mayweather lady.
Yeah.
When she was cross-examined, you know, it was...
My sister did everything.
Yeah, it was revealed. Like most witnesses, they say that they don't recall. When the defense says, well, let me refresh your memory, with this statement that you gave the government, because like we said earlier in the interview, these witnesses, they're sitting down doing interviews, 3 and 4 interviews that last 2 to 3 hours with the government. The government is taking whatever accounts or experiences these folks have had with Robert throughout the years, and they're coaching them on ways to manipulate it to make it seem like there was some sort of criminal maliciousness going on and whatnot. And with the Suzette lady, I'm not sure what her gripe is with Robert, or maybe she she possibly has her own thing going on. She possibly has some trouble she's trying to get out of elsewhere. The government may have granted her some sort of immunity or deal, or who knows what the case may be. Or maybe they just put pressure on her and she folded. But I didn't like her testimony, but then I think the defense did a good job on cross-examining her. So as much as I didn't like her being up on the stand, just volunteering her information to the government, I still think his defense team did a good job.
So what you think about her lying in the way she did?
Well, I can't say that there was anything. What would you say was a lie that she told? I remember at one point you reacted when she said there was a lady who she didn't introduce to R. Kelly. Right. What was that lady's name?
Kim Burrell.
Kim Burrell. Is she an artist or former artist? Would I know this lady?
Yeah.
I'm sure I heard the name.
A gospel artist.
Okay, I'm sure I've heard the name before. And if you could just remind me of who that lady is and what the testimony was.
When she said, and she didn't vouch for Kim Burrell to meet in
audition.
Robert. Yeah, get an audition for Robert. And the thing about it is, and she was one of the most vocal people of Robert meeting Kim Burrell.
Okay.
Because she said that both of them are musically inclined. Both of them are everything to music. So why not meet them two people? Or like have them two people meet?
Yeah, well, like your question was, how do you feel about her lying? And I'm not too familiar with if that's a lie or not. But here's what I will say: whoever lied, I want to see them in an orange jumpsuit, locked away in a cage. You're up here taking a stand, lying and purging under oath. Let's get you doing a year somewhere. Didn't Little Kim came out of this same jail, had to do a year for holding it down for the homies. Little Kim held it down. She lied, and they sent her up. Y'all out here lying against the homies. Now let's get you in jail. The fuck?
All right, so let's talk about Chrissy Teigen. Let's talk about them.
Well, once again, Lizette, Suzette, whatever her name is, she and a lot of these other witnesses, they aren't sitting back saying, I plead the fifth, I'm not going to participate, and then the government is going out there to get warrants for their text messages and their old phone records and tweets and whatnot. But then meanwhile, once again, the same way they're volunteering their information to the government, you got people like Chrissy Teigen out here and Cardi B in 4K. They're doing live videos. They got thousands of tweets where they're tweeting all types of, kids are slutty. Oh, this little girl is a slut. Oh, we're gonna pour ranch sauce on her. Using all types of little code words, and all of a sudden the government can't go get warrants for that, but y'all can get Suzette Mayweather, whatever the fuck her name is, with text messages from 2016 about one of R. Kelly's assistants taking one of his girlfriends to the Gap and goofy shit like that. And then let's just keep it 100. These girls weren't going to no Gap. They're R. Kelly, he's making sure that they're in the flyest shit. All that fly designer shit. Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci and all of that. So she was trying to underplay it too. Oh, we went to the Gap. Man, those women weren't in the Gap, And like I said, Chrissy Teigen and Cardi B, they always say Cardi B talked about how she drugged men She never said I drug men. She said I drug niggas, meaning black men. And there's no investigation done onto Cardi B. So once again, why are we picking and choosing who we're going to hold accountable? Why are we picking and choosing who we're going to hold accountable? Not just for accusations, but confessions.
That's an open confession, ain't it?
These people are confessing. She confessed. I'm sure there's no statute of limitations, especially at the time in which she did it. Oh, I had to drug niggas up and rob them. Oh, I had to take niggas to a hotel and say, oh, you want to fuck me? Let's drink. Let's smoke. Here, pop this pill. And now when you wake up, you fucked the trainee. How the fuck is she not in court? How is Chrissy Teigen not in court?
Facts.
And if we're gonna go there, I don't even think she was pregnant with this whole miscarriage she claims to have had last year. That's when a lot of that pressure that was getting put up on people, they diverged the attention away from everybody that was on that Epstein flight log list, and they just put it on Kelly and Bill Cosby. And as we see, Bill Cosby, he's home, and R. Kelly's gonna be next. But we have to continue to put pressure on these people to produce justice properly, and that goes for every and anybody.
So for people who don't know, how do you apply pressure?
Well, you apply pressure by, one, not fucking believing everything that comes out of the mainstream media. We're in the courthouse with these nerd-ass white boys and white girls who are passive-aggressive, who are spoiled, who have pompous attitudes, and they're privileged, if not through economic means, just through their white means, or just through their close association to whiteness. And they're the ones that's writing all of these articles to where you see headlines and articles talking about how R. Kelly's former assistant said that she was reprimanded for allowing an ex-girlfriend to escape. Like, y'all niggas, these cornballs writing these articles that we see in the mainstream media, we continue to apply pressure on a grassroots level by not believing them, and by doing our research, and by finding pages like Melrose Mike or Dana. What's your page again?
Official DanaJay.
Official DanaJay. Y'all already here, but y'all already know that, and you stick with trusted, independent, hopefully black media outlets, that are in the courtroom and that are giving you what's really happening, So that's one way we stay on code and applying pressure. And another way is to write emails, write letters to the judges, to the prosecutors, and then also to the defense teams, to the Canics and his people, to say, hey, we support you, we appreciate you, and your efforts, and to, looking to produce justice, not just for R. Kelly, because Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Tupac, Michael Jackson, you name them. It's not just them. When one of them is on trial, all of us are on trial. They look at us as one big nigga. So we have to understand that, And like I said earlier, to just be the average person, whether you're a hardcore R. Kelly fan, a casual R. Kelly fan, or even if you're not really a fan and you just know him, whatever the case may be, once you start hearing all of these reports coming out the mainstream media, it's not your job, especially as a Negro, to fucking believe that shit, You have to stay on code and do your due diligence, Just don't be out here siding with white folks. Don't be using your social media platform. If you think he's guilty because of some shit that you read in the mainstream white media, don't get up on social media thinking that's something fly to pop your collar about.
Facts.
Don't be out here, man. I don't know how the rest of y'all still defending him. Nigga, shut the fuck up. If you don't agree with it, just wait till the trial's done. And then, like I said, even if the trial's done and he gets found guilty, you still don't be out here, because niggas is doing that with Bill Cosby. And the same niggas that was, oh, look, he's guilty. All 60 of those women, they couldn't be lying. Now he's free, and y'all niggas is hush mouths. So once again, you don't even have to come down here to the trial and sit on the court and see what's happening. Sometimes the best way you can support another black person is just by shutting the fuck up and staying on code. If you can't figure out what else to do, You know, just shut the fuck up. You know, if you're not gonna say anything in support, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
And part of my language, if I'm being
Right,
vulgar,
now you good,
you know,
you
for
good.
the platform. Pardon me, y'all.
So the thing is that there's a group of people called Cove and Team Truth,
Okay.
and they believe that he's guilty, but they believe everything the government said is true.
Are these Negroes or?
Yeah. So the thing is, I go to war with them
All right.
a lot.
Where are they from?
All over. All over. They believe in the Me Too. Their whole thing is, and believe women because women is always right.
These aren't Negroes then. These are coons, immigrants, and LGBTQ niggas who put their sexuality before their blackness. And what's their name again?
Cove and Team Truth.
Oak Hope and Team Truth. I'm sure some of y'all are watching and some of y'all are tuned in right now. Meet us down here at the courthouse. Come down here right now and meet us at the courthouse. Let's have a discussion. Let's go live for your audience and ours. And y'all talk that goofy coon shit. They only talk that goofy coon shit behind their cameras because they know the feds are watching. They know, like, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to us. Not to say nothing's gonna happen face to face or whatever, but goofy coons like that, I would love them to bring some smoke my way. I'm gonna troll them and let them waste their time the way they think they're gonna waste our time. Because there's always gonna be a little group of ass kissing coons, you know,
right,
sucking dick for the white man. And once again, part of my language, y'all.
Right. So as we end this. Tell them where they can find you at.
Once again, hold on. I want to once again show appreciation to Dana for allowing me up on his platform. I want to shout out DJ D Money DC Peace, Mary Kerr 567241168 Peace for following, Alicia 73762511 Peace for following, Model Sicily, peace for following, Bod Voodoo, you for following. Once again, and y'all can find me on Twitter at Melrose Radio, Instagram at Melrose Radio. And once again, my name is Melrose Mike. The name of my platform is Melrose Radio. It's a podcast based around, once again, pro-black propaganda. You never know what's liable to come out of my mouth. It's a real good podcast. I like it. It's my shit. You can find it on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, or YouTube. I'm about to finish doing season 1 of the podcast. We've done 20 episodes so far. Well, season 1 is 20 episodes. I've done 19 episodes so far. And episode 20, it's coming up real soon. I'm waiting for certain things to happen. I'm trying to wait for the trial to wrap up to put it out. But once again, episode 20 of Melrose Radio, it's titled Prison Planet and the Black Holocaust. You know, I'm going to talk about how we don't live in a round world, the earth is flat, and how they've essentially made the entire planet a prison, and that there's a 400-year black holocaust that's had been carried out against one group of people, and that's us. That's the foundational black Americans. So look forward to that. Once again, Melrose Radio on Twitter and Melrose Radio on Instagram.
So that means season 2, and you gotta get DanaJay and the Dream Team on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Season 1, it's just been really me with a few guests that's called in or whatever. But season 2, I'm gonna start doing live streams. I'm gonna start traveling and really start stepping up my game. Yes, I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in and looking forward to that.
All right. So the last thing,
no doubt,
if you had to give advice to folks that's like on the fence about the Robert Sutherland Kelly trial, what would you tell them?
Just look at history. Emmett Till, Tupac, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, Bill Cosby. Nigga, some of you have been accused of something where you're like, oh, I didn't do that. Or some of your family members, they've been accused of something and you're like, oh, hell no, it's not true. snitching, that's something we already don't agree to in our communities. And it's one thing to take the stand, point out your family and be snitching on them. It's a whole nother ball game when you take the stand, point out, and start lie snitching. So, you know, anybody who's on the fence and like, hey man, he did it, all those women can't be lying. Yes, they can. I've never seen Surviving R. Kelly, but from what I told, it was real detrimental to his public perception, the public perception of him to people.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it, but from what I've witnessed, these hoes was taking shorts to appear in that shit. $1,000 here, $12,000 there.
And Suzette got paid
Biden's racist ass gave us more in stimulus checks than that goofy shit. What you was about to say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Suzette said she got $3,000 to go on there.
She's lying. She probably got $900. So for those of you who are on the fence, just like I said, look at history. Look at all the famous black men and not famous black men who have been accused. This is the go-to thing. Oh, he's a rapist. Oh, and all of that. You know. Right now they got some white boy who was an engineer. They got him on the stand. They're gonna continue his testimony and then eventually cross-examine him, you know. And it's gonna be something vague where nobody's ever seen anything happen to him. And just don't be one of these Negroes out here believing everything you see in the mainstream media. And Robert, he's definitely gonna walk free. And you can guarantee that. You heard it here first, you know.
Live on the DanaJay channel, Melrose Mike DanaJay.
Yeah,
I
Dana,
appreciate you, brother.
it, no
No
doubt.
problem.
Word.
No problem. No problem. So hey, y'all see what it is? Non-stop interviews. We going. No drama, more interviews. More content, no drama. But that's how we rock. Anything else?
Nah, that's it. Once again, everybody just stay on code, you know, and continue to support your local black media outlets. Word.
Thanks, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Word.
Dream Team, you know how we do. We Dream Team for life. Friends, all the friends that we have, hey, we friends for life. Y'all that's over Oak Code, hey, y'all can always make that turnaround, man. Y'all can get on the bandwagon and make that turnaround and say, you know what, and we really don't believe that. Look, never let nobody peer pressure you into anything. And remember these three things. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important, be yourself. Elephants don't swat flies. And until later on today, DanaJay want to say I thank everybody for stopping past. If you want to contribute, go and hit that Cash App, $ official DanaJay. Or you can hit the super chat at the bottom of the page. Or let's go here. If you really, really, really want to give, you go ahead and hit that ZELLE at daintezjackson at yahoo.com. All right, that's my ZELLE situation. Thank y'all so much. Oh man, thanks Georgia girl. I appreciate y'all. Look, I just want to bring y'all straight content, man. Straight content. I just want to bring straight content. Other than that, all that other stuff, y'all can miss me with it, cause ain't nobody serious. So straight content. That way I know I can always be serious and always be on point, and I can carry it as it goes. All right. So hey, I'm gonna come back late on the night because y'all know I'm taking notes. Y'all know I'm taking notes. So I'm coming back to tonight. Once I leave at the end of the day, and we're gonna have a late day today. So I'm taking notes, and things gonna be very, very, very detailed. I'm telling you what's going on. Thank y'all so much. All right, y'all be blessed. Love every last one of y'all. I'm gone.